Hello. It's still day one, but I'm going to make this day two video. I've been thinking about this space for a long time of turning it into like a little web studio or live streaming studio. Back when I was in England, in Nottingham, on a place called the Lace Market on High Pavement. Jesus, that name just like entered my brain again. I had a studio and it was cool. Originally, I went to look at this space, and it was a friend of a friend who had already got an office there, and they said they had this basement space, and it was like full of crap and like wood from floor to ceiling, like chrome bars with like it's like a data store, but like paperwork. But they were getting rid of it, and they realized that they had this space, and it was unused. Now most people wouldn't want to rent the office. It's not even an office. It was like a low down space with no windows. But for somebody like me, for doing live streaming away from everybody else and down at the same level as the Nottingham Caves. So you probably have to do your own bit of research for this. But like, if you go to Nottingham, there's a castle, Nottingham Castle, obviously, Robin Hood. And underneath the castle is caves, a whole cave structure that like run down all the way down into the city and down high pavement in the lace market. So going down these steps into the basement, you literally on the right hand side door was um, like another space that had like a old money machine or some machine where they used to pass things down from the road to it, and caves, like literally like rock. And then on the left side was this space. And so we ended up renting that space. And if you go on my YouTube channel, you'll see like loads of stuff that we did way before people were making shows. Like we were so ahead of the curve, but just not at the right time, not with the right support. And probably our content was pretty shit. I mean, like we were just chatting about things at the time, and we could have probably made it a lot better and had sponsors and all of that stuff. But it was an experience, and it was incredible to feel so supported at the time. I had a great partnership with some friends in Nottingham that helped me put it together. You know, they helped me paint. We put like a green screen wall. I upgraded my hardware. It was the time when I sold the domain name me.dm to Evan Williams, one of the three founders of Twitter. I know I bang on about this. Everybody who knows me will say like I bang on about that all the time, but it's a very big, important period in my life because I was going through severe depression because I had to move away from my daughter who was very young because I didn't want her to be affected by that. And so I guess it was kind of running away. I didn't know what I was doing at the time. I didn't know where I was going to live. I lost my house, lost my mortgage, like it just all went to shit. Uh, Luckily, some people said, "Hey, we need some help doing jobs, but if you want to use our spare room, you can come and live here." So it gave me a second chance at life. Very dark times, but I've had numerous different bits of therapy since then, and still taking therapy to this day. Um, yeah, so the medium thing was incredible because for 2 years I was like in a really dark, depressive space trying to make it work, trying to pull money together to get on a train every weekend to go and see my daughter, which was very difficult. And but I still did it, and I still turned up for that. Um, then I was blogging on this domain name, medium, me.dm, like 4 characters was quite a rare thing back then. And I wanted Medium for like working in different mediums, so audio, video, textual. And I wrote like 2,000 like very dark, depressed, like things are going to change. I'm upbeat. I'm trying to stay positive. Posts on this site, and when it came, it was weird. It was when I was watching the football. I'm trying to think when that was. Maybe 2016, something like that. 2016, maybe. And I got an email that looked like it had been forged. Looked like it had been a fake. And I clicked through on it and checked it all out and everything. And it turns out that it was real and I didn't know. what to, they were looking to buy the domain name because they were bringing out a new product from Twitter called medium.com. And obviously when you do any searching, me.dm, Medium was coming up with my 2,000 pages. So at the time, I didn't even think it was like buying me off. It was just like, oh, I get it. Like they want to control the narrative, they want to control the SEO, they don't want to see all this stuff coming up. Get it? So like initially, I typed an email response thinking it was fake, put 5000, and then just like I don't know why, but I got real cocky with it and just like another zero, and then heard nothing for a week, and then it ended up with like somebody reaching out from his team. And anyway, we did that. We pulled it all together. We got the studio going. I bought myself a new iMac, got a smart car, um, and it just restarted my life. I got to see my daughter more frequently because I could go and get her in the car. I had funds to do that, and I would spend more time with her. But more than anything, we set up the studio, and we were there for a couple of years. Maybe I think I was in Nottingham for about 3 years. There was a lot of other projects that were popping up. I was doing a lot of back and forth between Austin, Texas, every March for South by Southwest, and I loved having a studio. I loved having a studio because we had people from Nottingham that would see my Twitter and they would come in and they would talk about their projects. Uh, there was a guy from Loop Wheels who had this incredible wheel for a bike, and he was going like across Europe, like global with it. There was a great place called Antenna, which was like a co-working space. So we kind of like flitted around different areas of Nottingham. So really, really cool. Kind of like I think Nottingham was trying to be like a mini Austin. I don't know what it's like these days, but anyway, back to the point. This space I wanted to like do something with. Obviously, we use it as a bit of a storage at the minute for just stuff. But I was thinking of having some kind of like Wizard of Oz curtain here to cover all that up, and then have some kind of like computer on the left or something here on the right. It's just a great little space for me to be able to come down and record videos. And the sound's not too bad. Not that I would know through this headset, but um, just getting it off the ground is like one of the reasons why I talk about it is that I've been watching for the last, I think it's 80 something days now, a streamer called Max Blade, and I really gravitated towards him because of his family oriented um, plan. Like there's loads of people who do live streaming. That you want to get like AdSense and you want to make money. You also do it for distribution, awareness, marketing. But something really resonated with this guy for me because he was like, I need to raise $250,000 to buy a house for my family. And I like being a Gen Xer, like, and learning a lot about what we're meant to do as um, men, women in this life generationally, like generational wealth, generational health, realizing you have to do one before you get the other. And I just really gravitated towards that, and I wanted him to make sure, like help him out with his mission. And so for about 85 days now, he's been grafting away on something called CNVS, cnvs.dev. If you want to pick up a license, say I sent you his way. He's also got a Discord. I'm in there every day. I'm also a mod on that channel, which I really, really appreciate. And I just want him to get to his goal. He's already made like 45, 46,000, I think maybe 60,000 total, all of his different products, but he's vibe coding everything. And he's very, very smart because he turns up every day, uses the live streaming as a marketing channel, also does things on X, tests all the latest LLM models when they come out. He's just like a really sharp, smart guy, and you can tell there's a lot of love there for him and his future wife. They have kids together, but I think this is like the plan to get them into a space of their own and start their life. Like, I mean, they've already started it, but start it in the way that they want to do it. But it has been incredibly inspiring and motivating, and a big reminder to me of the things that I used to do, the live streaming that I used to do. So I've been thinking of like coming back to doing vlogs again, and I've also been thinking about coming back to do live streaming again. But obviously it costs money. I'm not in a position where I can just spin up these things. So I'm doing my own thing with vibe coding. So it's great to have these like, as I see peers, which is weird because like I'm probably one of the oldest ones in this group. They're all like Gen Zers or like, I don't know, what is it? There's another term for different generation group, but I feel like some of them are my peers from a pure motivation point of view. Like they get it. They know that this is a time based thing. They've got to get in, do this stuff, and convert that into money and do something with their lives, something else with their lives. Like having a goal like buying a house is a really noble one, and I would have loved to have done that at his age myself. I mean, I did get a mortgage for a house and I had a great job at the time, but I also equally lost it as fast through bad mental health and poor management of money. And I'm just thankful that I have this new life, new chance at life, and instead of just leaving wakes and wakes and wakes of just damage behind. So that's a little story about this space and the live streaming and what I did before and what I'm doing now. Um, I don't know what motivated me to get vlogging again, but I feel like I'm gonna be a bit more authentic this time. Not that I wasn't authentic before, but I feel like I was just so wrapped up in the speed of everything. Just like, oh, I have this to do, I have this to do, I've got to go there, I've got to record this, da, 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 da. I was like, it's very fragmented and you don't really take time to um, go over and evaluate why you did something. And I've had a lot of time since then. I've not wanted to come back to vlog because I didn't think I had anything to really share or add to the conversation, but I realize that I do. And it's it's a lot. It's a lot for a 53-year-old dude to come back and do that stuff again. Um, Also, quick story, um, really quick. One of the reasons why I got through COVID, at the time I'd left the city. I bought a caravan, lived in a caravan for a long period of time, all the way through COVID, pretty much on my own, with not much access to food, just whatever I had in the van. I was eating like spinach pancake, like spinach powder pancakes and stuff every day, which was getting frustrating. But I remember getting monetized by my daughter, of all people, because I went through my stats, and because my daughter couldn't see me at the time, she watched every single one of my vlogs, and I that ended up being enough watch hours that she'd watched that it knocked me in. I had enough followers that it knocked me into the like you've been you're in the AdSense program. And I'll never forget that because it's a constant reminder to me that vlogging isn't just like somebody getting in front of a camera and being like, hey, watch me do this, da 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 da. Like, hey, I want you to. There's more to it than that. And I think that's the reason why I was vlogging our interactions early on. If you go through my whole channel, you'll see that a lot of it is me and my daughter back in the day. And it means a lot to me to leave a legacy and to understand what legacy looks like. I've got an obsession with legacy. I feel like it's the only thing that's going to save us as a species is memories and memories of things that we share, that we went through, that we experienced, because everything can be rewritten. Every memory, every fact can be rewritten. But the memories that we have inside of us from the last 50 years, 40 years, 30 years, whatever it may be, they're going to have huge value in the same way that an analog record has huge value because it can't be changed. It's etched into that plastic, right? Like memories are etched into us. So I feel like I need to share more. And while this video could be picked up by AI and put a filter on and make me say different things, like you get to decide how you control your memories and your narrative. So I don't know where I was going with that, but it sounded good, right? All right. I will catch up with you tomorrow. Why are we doing this? Why are we saying tomorrow? All right. Later.